Thank you. Thank you. Well, thanks everybody for joining us tonight on it's going to be a little different business opportunity call, just a little bit into our lives and how it has changed in the 6, 7 years since we said yes to this opportunity. So once again, thanks for getting on. If you're watching the recording, thanks for watching. So just getting started, my name is John Walls. I've been a coach with Beachbody for going on about 6 years. And I always give the credit for me actually signing up to my wife. About 7 years ago, she was diagnosed with this rare illness that we didn't know what was causing it or why she was having these terrible headaches and some vision disturbances. And lo and behold, she was either making too much spinal fluid or not getting rid of it enough. So once we got to the doctors and they started to evaluate her. She had emergency surgery that very day when she went to see her neuro-ophthalmologist because the pressure was just being put so much on her eyes that she could have possibly went blind. So from that point to 9 months later, she had around 7 brain surgeries. And the only thing that they could link it to was childbearing age women that they were seeing having this illness. It's called idiopathic hypertension, and having kind of hormone imbalances and that were obese. So after she finally got home on the mend after all these surgeries and being in and out of the hospital, more weight was gained from surgeries and fluids. And I just remember her telling me that I can't control what's going on with my brain, but I can control what I'm putting in my mouth. And any of the little bit of exercise that I can do, just walking or at some points just getting up out of the chair was a struggle for her. So she loves to do research and ended up finding she wanted to find people that were like-minded, that were on health and fitness journeys, and that were just being positive, because there was a lot of people that have that illness. They're struggling as well. So there wasn't a lot of positivity going out in those kind of support groups that they had. So lo and behold, she came upon our health food shake, Shakeology, which we'll kind of talk about a little bit later. And at that point, she was like, I think I want to try this. And through that 9 months period, she ended up losing her job. As you see that I'm a registered nurse. She's also a registered nurse. So we went from 2 full-time registered nurse incomes. We had just recently bought a house. We had 1 child at the time. So all these things are going through our brain, like, I don't know if we are able to afford getting that product. Yes, it looks awesome, but we were trying to figure it out how we could go about getting it. Because on top of this illness she also had a allergy to fresh fruits and vegetables. So in the past, we had already have tried many different things and figuring out how she was going to be able to eat healthier and get fit. As we all know, if you can't eat fresh fruits and vegetables, things are going to be a struggle for you. So on top of that, as we all know, being somewhat newlyweds, about 5 years in, going to school, working full time, I kind of let myself go as well. Got kind of comfortable in marriage, and wasn't playing as many sports as I was when I was young, a little bit younger, and just things kind of just happened. As people would say, I don't know how it happened. I have 50 pounds on me. we know how it happens. You're sitting watching TV, eating a bag of chips. Lo and behold, you finish the whole bag of chips in one sitting. But so I myself wanted to also get healthier, get fit. I knew if being a husband, being a father, I wanted to be able to be head of household, being able to provide for my family. And already seeing my wife being sick, I knew I couldn't be sick as well and be in a hospital bed. Who's going to provide for the family? So I was like, all right, we'll do this together. We'll jump right in. I had P90X collecting dust under my TV stand. So to this day, I always tell people, I don't know what triggered me, what went off in my head, that I just picked it up one day and press play. As we've heard in many times on the infomercials, just press play and do the workout. So from that point on, I'd ended up getting connected with this amazing community. My wife was getting somewhat better. We were just enjoying everything about it. And as I was probably about a month into P90X, and my wife ended up meeting the coach that got me involved with Beachbody. She had actually connected with my wife, and they talked kind of back and forth for maybe a month or so. And my wife was like, hey, my husband's doing P90X. I saw you posting about it or something. And I got into her free community. And from there, I was in awe at the positivity, the friendships that people were displaying on Facebook. As we know, sometimes Facebook can just be icky and not a great place. But that's where I got to meet Ashton as well in this Facebook group. And I felt like it was a community of people, like-minded people that were all looking to get healthier and fit and helping others as well. So when I was offered the opportunity, I pretty much jumped right in because I was already doing everything that she was saying. I was sharing with people that I was getting these awesome results with P90X and sending them to infomercials and sending them to the websites to order it. And at that point as well, we were still kind of in between getting the Shakeology, and we were told that we could also get a discount on it. So from that point, I was like, well, sweet. We already were contemplating doing it and trying to figure out some things for my wife. So jumped right in with that, and we'll kind of go on later on. I'll kind of tell you where we've been with this business in the past 6 years. So I will pass it on over to Ms. Ashton.
All right. Sorry, I'll start it now just kidding. All right. So, hey everyone. All right. My name is Ashton Meyer. I am a single mom of 4 kids. So if I can run this business, any of y'all can. I have my kids mostly full time. So I've been running this business for 7 years. It is definitely a passion that I have to help people get healthy and fit just because of how much my life has changed. And the people, as John talked about, it's just amazing. So I had back surgery. I had half my L5 disc removed in January of 2010. Shortly later, I had my 3rd child. And it was an eye-opener to me. I was like, okay, I need to do something because if something happens to me, I don't know what's going to happen with my kiddos. Like, what am I going to do? I'm not going to look at them and be like, yes, eating cupcakes and cookies and shoving all this junk in my face is more important than you. So as real as that gets, I mean, come on, same with smoking cigarettes. I'm like, yep, nope, I'm not going to look at you and tell you guys that I was going to sit here and keep smoking and get lung cancer because that's more important to me than you guys. So I had to put everything on a scale I had to put of my kids and as well as like all my addictions and everything. So I decided to hop in on Insanity at 238 pounds. Who does that? Nobody, right? Nobody does that. When you can't jump, nobody does that. Just some crazy girl did. We didn't really have too many programs back then. It was P90X. I didn't even hear of that. Hip Hop Abs. That's what I kind of first started with. I didn't even know it was an actual full program, but I hopped onto Insanity. You'll see my before photo, and I ended up losing 50 pounds in my first 2 rounds. So that was, what is it? It's 60 days. So 120 days, I lost 50 pounds. I lost 30 my first round and 20 my second. I ended up hopping into coaching because my coach got me in her group. I was posting and she's like, "You're motivating people. You should totally join." And I'm like, in my head, we don't always say what we want to say, but in my head, I'm like, she is crazy. There is nobody that's going to listen to me being 238 pounds, being over 200 pounds. And you want me to coach people? You're nuts. You're nuts. I'm sorry, but you're totally crazy. That's what I wanted to say to her, but I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure yet. All those thoughts of, yeah, maybe, no, we'll think about it. So I think it was probably about 30 days into it, or I know I didn't finish my first round. I ended up joining, and with the intentions of I was going to be quitting. I tried quitting on her 8 to 10 times in the first month, had my whole little letter ready to go because we had to do it in a letter form back then. Now people can just go right online and cancel their coaching account. Not fair, because we don't want people to cancel because this is way too awesome. But anyways, I ended up losing 100 pounds in 18 months. But the biggest transformation was really through personal development, through the vital behaviors that we do with the business. It was this whole piece together that coaching actually kept me more accountable because I was posting about it. I was doing like 2-minute videos. You could check on my YouTube. My first videos, I was dripping sweat, overweight, like, "You can do this, dig deep." And people are like, "You're doing awesome." I'm like, sweet, yes, okay, cool. People were telling me just little things that you're doing awesome, you're motivating, and so I just kept going. It pushed me harder to work on my journey because people were telling me that I was doing a great job. And here people were like, they wanted to join, they wanted to come, and I was like, oh, this is how this thing works? Sweet. So I started focusing on we had 3 vital behaviors back then, but I started focusing on those vital behaviors that not only grew me as a person, but it also grew my business. And it became a passion. It became something that I fell in love with, from someone who was depressed and overweight and I was obese, not overweight. I was obese. Okay. I was considered in the obese category, and I was negative. I just made a live Facebook today talking about how I was always, you guys see the post, right? 10 years ago and stuff. And here I'm like, I'm sick. I'm so tired. Screw this work, blah, 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 blah. Like all the negative stuff that came out of my mouth, and wanting to just quit and wanting to just not do anything in my life. And I victimized myself over and over and over. And this was the first thing that I took action on. And in taking action on it, I was able to push every single day, be surrounded by the most amazing people that I was surrounded by that continued to push me. Like this business, I can't tell you enough. And you guys can just go watch my Facebook Live on that. But I was like, I don't get why, if people want to get healthy and fit, like, why not be a part of something where you have people that are telling you you're doing amazing, keep going, don't give up. Whereas in all reality, we can't go to our friends and family all the time, right? Like we love them, but we can't always trust them with what we're going to tell them. We can't be like, "Oh my gosh, this day has just been crazy. I've had this and this." And they're like, "See, I told you it wasn't going to work." No. Guess what? We go to our success partner. We go to our coach and we're like, "Listen, this is a nuts day. This is crazy. Tell you, keep going. You can do this. You're made for more. We believe in you. You're empowering people." So don't listen to naysayers. So anyways, long story short, again, like I said, I lost 100 pounds in 18 months, just continued to progress through this journey. I've been homeless not once, but twice, went through a divorce in the course of this 7 years. So I've been through probably the hardest times in my life through this 7 years, and I don't even know where I would be at if it wasn't for being a coach and being surrounded by the people that I've been surrounded by, and knowing that there's so much more than what I went through. So I definitely have a vision. I'm loving to travel, take my kids around. I was homeschooling last year. This year they actually wanted to go to school. I'm like, oh man, I was that tough mom, huh? Might just make them one of these times, but I love it. I love what we do. I use this as a side ministry. You'll hear me talk a lot. So if that's not for you, this is a buffet table. Take what you want, leave what you don't. Did I say that right? Take what you want. Yeah. Leave what you don't. Okay. But yeah, I was someone who, I didn't even know the Lord when I first started my journey, and through this progress and becoming a coach, I found him. And so that's just even more reason why I keep doing what I'm doing. That's a part of my vision with Beachbody. I use it as a side ministry and plant seeds of faith in people's hearts. Now, is that for everyone? Nope. But for me, that's what I do. All right, hey, it's John again. You want to talk? No. He said no. So anyways, okay. We just want to talk a little bit about the benefits of being a coach. I mean, really our biggest thing that we do is when we get on our calls explaining about our story and talking about the benefits of being a coach, we truly hit on the community of people and just really the benefits of working with people that you love, like working with a group of people that you can be considered friends with, not just that you're partnering with, but people that you can really run with, people that you can grow with and just do life with one another. So as far as the benefits of being a coach, like I get to be at home with my baby boy who is 2 years old, and I get to raise him with the values that I have. And so most people, though, the mentality of things are, yeah, well, you work from home, so you can work you can work all the hours. No. I don't just stick my kid in front of an iPad and TV and let him do what he wants to do. I am very intentional with my time. I wake up early to get my workout in. Once he goes to bed, it's mama's business time. I love it. Instead of me sitting down doing Netflix, no. I'm helping people. And then while I'm folding clothes, and maybe we have his learning education stuff on while I'm folding clothes, I'm listening to podcasts to learn more, to grow more, or listening to a book for personal development and everything. So I find times in driving in my mommy pockets. That's what I work. But my son is smart. He's really smart. Why? Because I work with him when I need to. But this has given me that ability to work the hours that I need to. He knows letters. He knows his colors. He knows he's working on learning words, and he just turned 2 in July. And that's because I want to work with him in what I believe he should know, in the values that my kids should grow up. And it gives me the freedom to, if my kids are sick, guess what? I'm not getting fired from my job because I had to call in sick again. Hey, my kids are sick. I can't come into work. When you're a single parent of 4 kids, yeah, that stuff can go around. So setting your own hours is definitely important. John, do you want to talk about the part-time, full-time? I know I kind of hit a little bit.
Definitely. So I still am a full-time registered nurse, and I've been working this business since for 6 years, doing it part-time. As I said before, my wife had lost her job. So I was in that mindset, being a husband, trying to figure out how we're going to make ends meet. We, like I said, dropping from 2 full-time incomes down to 1. I was to a point, do I go get a second job? I'm already away from my family for 8 to whomever knows how many hours with traffic and commuting. Do I really want to get another job and be gone for another 4 or 5 hours out of the day and never see them? So when, as Ashton said, being able to work this business wherever you're at, if you have a smartphone, even not having a smartphone, if you're out and about face-to-face with people in the grocery store, you can share this vision and these opportunities with people. The the obesity epidemic is running rampant. And definitely just being able to, as Ashton said, finding the time that works best for you. As she said, I'm one as well, wakes up early in the morning. I work on myself, my spiritual, my fitness. And then in the evenings, after dinner, after bedtime, then I work my business. So it's definitely doable for anybody, part-time, full-time, if it's just a couple hours a week, if that's what you want to do. So.
Yeah. And I'm just going to chime in, and that's what I love about our success partner stuff, because, when he was talking about the obesity epidemic, like that just brought to my mind, which we know this, like we have tools and resources, you guys, that can help prevent diseases. Like that's important. You know how many people are dying from heart disease, from cancers, from things. Did you know that 95% of cancers are preventable, but yet 5% are hereditary? Like we have the tools and resources to help people continue to live longer lives. Like this isn't just, hey, we're getting healthy. No, we're helping people live longer, healthy lives, to be there for their family, to be able to, be able to walk when you're 60 or 80 or, that's what it is. Like we have that. And the best part about this is that you don't have to be a fitness expert. You don't have to be a nutrition expert, right? Like we invest in the programs and in Shakeology, and they already put this into place. They have the best fitness experts that take time to put all these things into place to give us the tools and resources, right? Like if you break your arm, you're not going to just try to fix it yourself. You're going to go to a doctor. Well, that's what people are investing in. They're investing in these tools and resources that will help them get healthy and fit by following the programs and by following the nutrition guides. And then they get us to help encourage them, to help keep them going, to check in on them, to give them life and tell them you can do this, because you know what? Working out is hard. Running this business is hard. It's simple work, but it's hard work, you guys, and we need people to encourage us. We should all be having some sort of a coach telling us, hey, you guys can keep going, like keep doing this. Don't give up, because our little minds and mentality go into nope, that's way out of my comfort zone. I totally can't do that. I can't be like that person. Nope, that's not going to work. No, we're here to better our lives and to help other people better their lives.
And one of the other big benefits that we get asked a lot is inventory. There is no allotted amount of inventory you need to have. You don't need to carry any inventory if you don't want to. Most coaches do carry like some samples that they're able, when they're out and about, to share with people. But other than that, as Ashton said, Beachbody Corporate has everything set up for us. They have the marketing set up for us. They have the customer service call in, anything that they have, the shipping, all the warehousing, that's all done for you. And just for paying your minimal business service fees, all that is covered. So definitely that's one of the things that is a great benefit with this business.
Yes. And it's funny because we were talking about the last time too, he brought up the $15.95. As a coach, we pay $15.95 to keep our websites open, to have our shipping, all that taken care of. But you know what? How many of you guys do have Netflix? Or how many of you guys have a subscription to a magazine or some sort of subscription that you pay for on a monthly basis? You guys, I pay $15.95 to be surrounded by the most amazing people, to have it's like a $15.95 club is what you can think about this. Like I pay $15.95 to be a coach and have all these amazing tools and resources that are allotted to me. Like that's a blessing. Like, yeah, I want a part of this club. Who cares about who can drop your Netflix? You're paying $15.95 to be in the best thing that you can be a part of, you guys. Let's hop on this train. Let's get a part of this. So what can you expect? So whether you're watching this call and live or you're watching the replay, and whoever invited you to this call, you guys, there is some sort of resources, tons of resources and tools. You're going to have new coach training calls. You're going to have weekly team calls or monthly team calls. You guys have challenge groups that you run together. There's going to be events. We have our Super Saturdays, the next one that's coming. So make sure you check out in your area. It's October 20th, you guys. They run them on Saturdays. I think some may even run them on Fridays, but I know that some also run them on Sundays. So you guys can go check your local events. Look up Beachbody Super Saturday, October 20th, and get to an event to see the excitement and the life that's being brought, just the whole vision that gets cast out. Plus, we get to hear about the new exciting stuff that's coming out, and just it's fun. It's so fun. And then, of course, we got our events like our summit and everything, and don't forget, they also reward us for like Success Club trips. So I don't know about you all, but I was lucky as I was a young mom. I got to take my kids to Disney and my sister. I've been on numerous trips. I got to take my sister on a cruise. I got to take my dad to Cancun. I got to take my oldest son to Punta Cana. And then we're going on a cruise here next year. I don't even know who's coming with me yet. My daughter lost this privilege. So anyways, there's so much fun and excitement, and it's all really on serving other people though. And that's what I talked about on the live Facebook today, was that, you have to have a heart to want to serve people. When you can take out the equation of what is this in, like, what am I going to get out of this? But really look, hey, how can this be a tool and a resource for someone else? How can this solve someone else's problem? We know that everybody needs health. We know that everybody needs to, stay active, eat healthy if they want to live this long, healthy life. But how can it really impact people? So take the equation out of what it does for you and start to serve others and give them this solution to a problem that they have. We can help people financially with this business. We can help people physically through the tools that we have, our Beachbody On Demand. We can help people through the nutrition with our 2B mindset. Personally growing because our vital behavior is doing the personal development and stuff. So there's so many ways that we have the ability to help people that we kind of, I think, can shy away from.
And with these pictures as well, that was one of the things I was going to add, just relationships. We are put on this earth, I truly believe, to do life together. That's why social media is such a booming phenomenon, because people want to be together. People want to be a part of something greater than themselves. That is what this community has done for me, has done for all of the people on our team. You see all the smiling faces in these photos. Like, this is what it's about, being a part of a community of people that, as Ashton said before, just want the best for you, and want to see you grow and be happy.
That you only pay $15.95 for. I'm just saying, guys, that's cheap. That's cheap, amazing relationships right there. You ain't got to get on no dating site. Just get onto this. I'm telling you, I'm just being real. I'm being real. It's $15.95 to get a part. It's like, that's what you continually pay. Obviously, you can talk to your coach about what the prices are to invest into it and everything. But like what I tell people, the initial investment, like, to be real honest, sign up with the 160 challenge pack, at least the 160 challenge pack, because that's going to get you, for you to understand the whole workouts, the nutrition, and you can sign up without having the discount. So why pay $39.99 when you can have the whole package for 160, or even get a higher pack that's got more of the performance line and stuff like that, so you can try everything? Because John just had a coach recently sign up about 4 months ago, just insane, blew her business up because she wanted to try everything. She got excited about what it was doing for her life, and she shared it, and people are like, I want a part of this. And she has been blowing this up, but she went all in because she's like, I want to know, I want to try this, I want to do this. But you guys, I've spent $160 on a pair of tennis shoes. A pair of tennis shoes I've spent $160 on. And what did that do for me? Well, it did a lot. Like, I love my tennis shoes, but it didn't give me an income to produce for my family. It didn't give me an income where I can be here as a stay-at-home mom and run a business helping other people be the best that they can become. $160, actually, and it cost us a lot more. I ain't even going to get to back then. Like, I had to pay $120 for Insanity and $120 for Shakeology. Like, it was way more expensive. We've got it easy now. Like, this is simple and basic. Sorry, I squirrel off just so y'all know. So that's how, this is how we do this. Do you guys have questions? I mean, there's basic stuff that I'm sure that you already know about Beachbody and everything. But, if I can tell you this, is that once you get off this call, or once you get done watching this video and everything, the first thing that's going to happen is your mind's already going to tell you that you can't do this, that this isn't right for you, that, you don't have the money to start up. You know what? I didn't either. I wasn't working, but I victimized myself over and over and over and over. So right now, your mind will sit there and tell you that you can't do this, that you don't have enough time for this. And I'm sorry, but if you're telling yourself that you don't have enough time for an hour a day, possibly 2 hours a day to get your workout in, if you don't consider that as your business activities, are you really living a life that you actually want to live anyways? Probably not. Probably not. So an hour for your workout, maybe even 30 minutes for your workout, and then an hour to run a business, an hour of action building activities. So don't sit here and start to think, I can't do this. I don't have enough time. I don't have the money. You know what? Where there's a will, there is a way. I always say where there's his will, there is a way. You can make it happen. And once you get started, I'm going to tell you, your life will change. So don't get off of this and be like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to wait till next month, or I can just wait for this, because that's already starting not to have faith in what you can do with this, and having that belief in that you can become the best that you can become, and helping all of your loved ones do the same thing and grow an income, whether it's a side income or whether you want to make 6 figures with it. That's completely what you want to do. But I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen, and don't do it. Don't do it. I think it's completely it blows my mind. It really blows my mind, because you will have people that will hold off and hold off and hold off. And I'm like, a year later, how's life going? Yeah, it's good, but it could be better. And I'm like, I want to be that emoji smacking my head off the wall. Like, yeah, it could have been better. But instead, you decided to do the same thing over and over and over, and expecting that you're going to get out of debt, expecting that you're going to get healthy by doing what? Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed in your life. You've got to take a leap of faith and get out of the mentality of yourself that you're this big, because you're not. You're not that big. So if that offends anyone, I'm telling you, don't sit there and let the small mind mentality of you don't have this or that, or can't do it because you're not a part of this, or I'm this old, or I'm this young, or you know what? You've got a whole market of people to reach out to and to help, that are crying for help, that are depressed. We've seen so many, this is another little squirrel here quick, but we've seen so many suicides happen because they didn't feel like they had a purpose. And imagine all the people that have come into this business, they're like, man, I found purpose. Like, I found something that makes me feel good. I found something where I'm working, and I've grown in my health. I've grown personally. I've grown finances. I've grown spiritually. I've grown in my relationships. Like, that's huge. And there's people around you right now that are probably sitting there depressed. They're probably sitting there full of debt, because nobody wants to talk about how much debt they have. But yet, if you went and told someone that you'd give them $500, they'd take it in a heartbeat. Just being real. So get out of that mindset and realize, hey, let's make this small investment of $160, and I'm going to pay $15.95 for the best club ever. Get rid of your subscription for whatever you have to make this happen.
It's, I know it's not a coincidence. I just was on a call and we had a meeting today at work. And statistically, every day there's 127 people that commit suicide that they can say. There's probably more than that, but they can't claim that it was suicide. So just imagine if if you can help one of those people be a part of a positive community that might possibly change their life. That right there is worth $160.
Absolutely. So I don't know if you guys have questions as far as, anything goes. If you had a question that maybe, even if of potential coaches that are getting ready to sign up and you're like, you know what, talk on this, feel free. Otherwise, we'll close this out and this will be set up so you guys can share it with other people, because more people need to hear this. More people need to be a part of this. And we're just going to keep growing and expanding. This is just the start of this. We have a whole world to tap. We've only got a small part of the US, Canada, and the United Kingdom. Just wait.
Definitely. We are in our infancy right now.
That's right. All right.
Well, thank